LGE results expected soon. Linden to get new bridge. And Exxon gets 1 year extension on stopper block. I'm Nico Bulford, and this is Uncut News. Do you see news happening? Send us a tip on WhatsApp at 592-659-6151. GCOM is expected to announce the final results of the June 12th local government elections in, quote, short order, according to PPP-nominated GCOM Commissioner Says Gunraj. However, there have been outstanding issues, including recount exercises and a call for review of the entire process by APNU-nominated Commissioner Vincent Alexander. Gunraj has also noted the need for a report from the Chief Elections Officer to improve systems and make necessary changes for a smoother and more efficient process. The North Rupununi village of Masara has identified 4 priority projects to invest its $18 million carbon credit grant, including a clay brick factory, expansion of a farine bakery, a woman-owned poultry farm, and a hot meal kitchen for school children. The village is also exploring sports/adventure tourism and competitive events. The projects are overseen by the Village Council and Finance Committee and were funded through a $4.7 billion disbursement from Hess Corporation for Ghana's carbon credits. The president has announced that $11 billion in supplementary funding is needed to upgrade all the educational facilities in Ghana to a minimum modern standard. This investment will see the retrofitting, maintenance, and renovation of all educational facilities in every region across the nation. In addition, Cabinet is exploring how to ensure teachers are on a standard basic minimum wage. However, they did not give a time period for just how long it will be until these projects will be started on. According to Jagdeo, the part-time job initiative will continue and will actually expand, with a focus on providing opportunities in rural and hinterland areas throughout the nation. Additionally, community groups will be gathering people interested in being trained in various fields, including welding, plumbing, and carpentry, all skills that are in dire need right now. Construction of a new 4-lane bridge across the Demerara River in Wisma-Linden, Region 10, is expected to begin before the end of the year. The bridge will cost approximately $35 million to construct, and the government is engaging China Railway Construction Limited for the project, the same company tasked with the construction of the Demerara River crossing in Georgetown. The Vilvoorden Investment Incorporated has been awarded a judgment of US $77,000.20. Yes, they had to include the 20 cents. By the High Court for monies owed by the Guyana Rice Development Board for the supply of rice to Panama. The GRDB had argued that payment was contingent on receiving payment from Panama, but the judge held that the pay-when-paid clause was unspecific and ambiguous, and that Vilvoorden Investment had completed its obligation under the contract 4 years ago and was entitled to be paid within a reasonable time. The government is still trying to recover over $1 billion Ghana dollars owed by the government of Panama over a flawed rice deal that was struck in 2018.
Attention truck owners. Between potholes, bad drivers, and high fuel prices, you've got 99 problems to deal with. But with Powered Automotive, your engine ain't one. That's because they stock high-quality parts and spares you need at prices you can't beat. Visit them at Lot 491 EE Eccles or call or WhatsApp them at telephone number 6970171. Save big on truck parts at Powered Automotive, the #1 heavy-duty truck parts store in Guyana. Tired of waiting on hold, tracking down a delivery driver, or carrying cash for your food orders? GT Eat is here to make your life easier. Ghana's first cashless food ordering and delivery app. Choose from Georgetown's top restaurants, pay securely with your card, and get your food delivered right to your doorstep. With the convenience of being able to order from your phone and the added feature of tracking your order, GT Eats is the ultimate solution for all your food needs. Download the app on Apple and Android stores and start ordering the easy way today.
Now for crime news. Quincy Austin was arrested by KANU after being found with 1.1 kilos of cocaine worth approximately $1.2 million. Austin was intercepted by KANU agents whilst carrying a plastic bag and attempted to dispose of it. The bag was searched and a brick-like parcel containing the suspected cocaine was found. Alston remains in custody pending charges. This might be a tropical nation, but it's clearly snowing in Guyana. Over in Berbice, two men, 38-year-old Harry Narayan Ramnath and 17-year-old Roano Raishram, died in a motorcycle accident on the number 68 Village Public Road, Quarantine Berbice. The motorcyclist and the pillion rider were speeding and lost control whilst trying to negotiate a turn, colliding with a signboard and then a concrete bus shed. Both were pronounced dead on arrival at the Skeldon Public Hospital. David London Jr., also known as Rastaman, is wanted for questioning in relation to the murder of Eon Roberts, who was killed in an altercation over the suspect's Venezuelan girlfriend. Wait, what does her being Venezuelan have to do anything? Why was that even included? Anyway, his girlfriend. That's some racist news people in this country. Anyway, the incident occurred in the early hours of June the 19th at Granny Backdam Landing, Omai Region 8. The suspect fled the scene and has not been seen or heard from since. Now for today's oil update. ExxonMobil and his partners have been granted a 1-year extension to keep the entire Starbuck block concession due to the Rona, but it will have to give up 20% of the concession next year. The partners plan to explore the northwest section of the block and drill 10 to 12 exploration appraisal wells. The Starbuck block partners have a line of sight to 6 floating production, storage, and offloading vessels with a gross production capacity of over 1.2 million barrels of oil per day by the end of 2027. And finally, Ghana's inaugural auction, the 2022 licensing round, has been postponed yet again with a new deadline for bid submission set for July the 15th. The Ministry of Natural Resources cited feedback from the industry and efforts to modernize the regulatory framework for oil and gas as reasons for the extension.
Robbery season might be over, but the streets are still mean. That's why you need to get security for your home or business with Sheriff Security. Sheriff Security has well-trained guards, armed and unarmed patrol, marine patrol, canine services. These people even got drones. Why? Because your security is their highest priority. You've seen the rest. Now hire the best. Hire Sheriff Security Service today.
Now for our Uncut News Views Poll Question of the Day. Every day we pose a question about current events in Ghana, the region, the diaspora, and how you feel if this was. Last night I asked for your thoughts on the Dom Law case.
But before we get to that, I'm proud to announce our latest addition to the Noble Army, Richard Singh, who is supporting us at the reporter level, the highest level of monthly support we've received so far. So thank you, Richard Singh. And also a special thank you to David Griffith, Dion Nascimento, Project Zero, and Dimitri V. I appreciate you all. And if you're watching at home and you'd like to support our movement, just hit the link in the video description.
Riley Gurucharan says, allow the legal process to take its course. Let Simona Brooms et al. Respect the law. The minister is innocent until proven guilty. Meanwhile, Bibi Harikishun says, them Apinu people frame up Dom Law. You feel so? I mean, you really think they're that competent enough to even... never mind. Andrea Chesney believes that the whole situation might not be completely black and white, but nevertheless, men in power should be using their position to influence and help them to be great women as opposed to just exploiting them. This is coming from a member of government who is poor, over 40 years behind bars. They suggest to make him an example, but most likely that won't be the case in this corrupted society we live in. Nevertheless, one can escape the judgment of man, but not that of God. I am paraphrasing some of what she said, but interesting point. And finally, Colin Pratt says, look, if it was anyone else, they would have been in the lockup for 72 hours and then have to pass through court. They don't think Mr. Nigel Hughes should be representing Mr. Dildo. They also say that the opposition, should have given the teenage girl a lawyer free. They are having a lot of lawyers in the PNC. If I remember correctly, Dexter Todd and Kemraj Ramjatan were both offering her legal advice for free. Now for tonight's question. The government says it will take $11 billion to upgrade all the schools in the nation. What are some of the upgrades you think should happen to the schools themselves as well as the curriculum?
I want you to think about that question. Tell us in the comments below. If your response is good enough, we just might feature it on Monday's episode. Anyway, that's all the time we have for tonight, and check us out on Monday for another. Until then, I'm Rico Bulford saying, have a great weekend. And as always, don't drink and drive, or you'll end up on Monday's episode the hard way. Ha-ha! Good night, folks.